be my girl. Come on, girl, let me rock the world.
Hello. Greetings, everyone. I have not done this voice in such a long time that I've completely lost the accent. I've gotten used to not speaking this way, and now that I have to return speaking this way, it's quite difficult. I'm not going to lie. I have to think of what I'm going to say prior to me saying it, and then begin to enunciate the words in a different matter than how I'm thinking about it, and it just causes my brain to jumble and become a bit confused. But hello, everyone. If you do not know who I am, my name is Roswell. I am from VCraft fame. I am a character within Rosco's psyche that he made up for the Minecraft event. So apologies if I do switch back to Rosco, because this accent's very hard to do. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness gracious. Mary, thank you, super. Thank you so much. I hope your stutter has gotten better. I assume not, because of what we saw right there. Roswell, we miss you. You curse. Did you miss us? Yes, actually. I've been on my adventures, and it's been quite quiet, as you guys have been keeping my alternate self company. Yes, but I have been on adventures with other people. I have had company with others and found joy in companionship with those of New Witchington. Though I prefer to be by myself, they tag along sometimes, so it be what it be. At least it's not the curse of rhyme. At least not this time. Oh! Wait! You might be cursed with the curse of rhyme! Are you okay, slime? The funniest part is that this accent helped my D&D accents. The issue with this accent, and I've been told by those who have this accent naturally, is that you can tell that it's an accent that I'm putting on. I'm not actually someone who uses this accent regularly. No, but it's something. It's something. I've been using accents growing up very often, so that's why I'm supposedly mediocre at them, at accents. Anyways, yes, So here's how it's going to go down. I will begin just speaking about how everything happened, and what I mean by that is how I felt and my thought process about the entire thing. And I just caught myself and then we'll ask them questions while I go through everything. Really the juiciest parts of VCraft for me were probably in the middle and near the end. I think after, I believe, day 4 or 5, yeah, 4 or 5, I began to get a bit of tension within the story. Yes, if you have any questions though, and you really want to ask them, I cannot guarantee I will see every question you guys ask, but if you really want to ask them and you want me to see it, then I believe a super would be probably the most attention grabbing. If not, I'll just grab questions from the chat. Day 3 was when it all started. Yeah, day 3 was when it all started, right? We went to VTuber.
Actually, potions don't cause enchantments, they cause effects.
But I see what you mean. Well, if I have you under my enchantment, you have me under your spell. Medieval Riz. Isn't there a Q&A feature? Is there? Oh my god, there is. What is this? Ask me about VCraft. .Q&A. How does this work? Oh, wait, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That's weird. That's very weird. I've never used this before. Yes. I know for a fact that I've consumed at least one whole stack of that bacon, egg, and cheese. I have consumed an entire stack of bacon, egg, and cheese. And I know that for a fact because I have spent about 64 emeralds in Breadwinner's breadways. I know for a fact that I've eaten at least a stack of that bacon, egg, and cheese. By the way, its TTS is on. We can barely hear it. Oh, hold on. You're so right. One sec, bestie. This. I have it synced up to another audio source, and it's kind of annoying. Okay, there. It should be good now. You should be able to hear it. So now if you send TTS, you will hear it. My apologies. Breadwinner is rich? Yes, he's very rich. I have how much? Okay, let's calculate this. So if an entire block of emerald, one sec. If an entire block of emerald is approximately 9, right? So if you times that by okay, 9 divided by, let's just say 64. Or no, 64 divided by 9, sorry, divided by 9. We gave him approximately 7 emerald blocks. We were responsible for 7 of those blocks in his room that are of emerald, specifically. That bacon, egg, and cheese. Bro really likes his bacon, egg, and cheese. I love my bacon, egg, and cheese. It was great. It was awesome. Why did you choose us to be your companions for all your life? Well, you've been there since the beginning, and honestly, you guys are pretty chill. People bad. So I'd rather keep you guys with me. You've never let me down, so I trust you all of my life. Well, life isn't. I think life is an exaggeration. I trust you a lot. How about that? Oh, the question's anonymous. No, I'm saying I could say your username's right here. Roswell, can you marry me? No. Back off. Who asked that? Hello!
Hello, Roswell/Rosco. I'm thinking about making a new my D&D Awk, a lioness girl, like a cat girl but with lion features.
I'm an
But
expert
I
in
need
that.
help on finding a role for her, mage, monk, ranger, etc.
Let me switch to Roscoe. Okay, so this is my favorite part. I love doing this kind of stuff. Okay, I'm back to Roscoe. Okay, a lioness girl. Okay, so like basically, come on to me. Okay, listen, I got you, bro. Listen, easiest pick is paladin. Cause like lions and like paladins, I don't know why the whole motif goes very well. But it depends on what your backstory is and what you want the story to be, and if you really care about that stuff. So if you're gonna do a lion, I would suggest like something like a knight, like a fighter, or a paladin. Or if you want to go a little bit, out of the ordinary, I would say a monk. I feel like the lion motif fits these three. Anyways, back to this. Thank you for super, by the way. I'm back to Roswell. Did you hear the shotgun that Zaddy used in trials? Yes, I was there. I was right next to the podium. I think I was at the podium when they did the fart thing. I was right there. Live, I think, in 9 months, Mr. Roswell. You got me under your skin since I first met you. What? You're in my skin? What? No. Get out. How'd you even get there? Please leave. Ow. Did you ever get to call in those favors? Wilton still owed you like 3 if I recall. No. I've completely just let that go. That was when I was trying to be a merchant in the Lord of Bargains, but I've since left that. After everything that's happened. Roswell, how do you feel about being the maxed aura farmer at that election? I don't know. I think Darkness out aura farmed me. I'm not gonna lie. I was just there, and I just changed
My voice to sound like this the entire time.
So whoa, hold on. So I don't think I was the most maxed out aura farm. I think Darkness did a pretty good job. I'm not gonna lie. They came in flying in a broom. Perhaps if I brought my dragon, but I feel like my dragon was way too conspicuous, and I would just been seen the entire time. Most definitely. Let me talk about my experience actually. So when I go through some questions later on. When I first started, when I spawned in the world, and I'll be talking in a RP IRL sense, light RP this stream. This accent's gonna be so hard to do. When I entered the world, I legitimately had no idea what I was gonna do. I had not a clue. So when I first joined and everyone started doing their thing, I recognized like, okay, I do need to talk to people, but my Minecraft senses are tingling. I must go punch a tree. So I was on a mission already. I was already on a mission to get my materials and get everything ready. I was going to speedrun trying to get valuable things in order to start selling, items. And that's what I did, because I punched a tree, I got my materials, I got iron armor, I got a diamond eventually, and I got cool loot. And I started selling. I sold my first thing to Lucas. And so that was my first thing. I was like, oh yeah, we are currently in business. And so that was my first thought. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, you know what? I've had enough of, mining and staying on the ground and stuff like that. I was like, okay, time to go to wherever the place is. And I was looking around for where people were settling down, because supposedly people were settling down already. And so I was like, where are people settling down? I must settle down with them. And so I started walking, asked people questions, and like, oh, this is the village over there. I was like, okay, cool. And and I had to talk to people. That's why I played tag with Zealand and Dr. Saywat. I believe it was Calvin there as well. Oh, how times change. Oh, how times change. It was a cute moment. Yes, it was. Yeah, day 1 was tag, day 13 was war. It was insane. Well, day 12 rather. Day 13 was much more calm and joyful. Yeah. Yeah. That said, even though I am a merchant, I'm not as adept at speaking with people as I would like to be. I was quite awkward and nervous about meeting new people because people bad, as we saw. By day 3, we were runaways. I didn't last I didn't even last 2 days in that village. I did not last 2 days in that village. And I was already a wanted fugitive and I had to run away. And yeah, but that's neither here nor there. Yes. And then I met my friends Gust. And then later on L. And then we helped fight the Wither. And that's where the plan started, because I knew that Vitruvius had acquired a Wither Eye. And he was very quick about it. Day 3. Was it day 2 or 3? I've forgotten. I think it was day 2 that Vitruvius had gotten the Wither Eye and the Wither Star for his book. And so I knew. You see Friends Book Dust was trying to convince everyone he was not affiliated with you. Yes, and I actually approve of him doing that because he was caught up in something that me and L did. And TBH, it was mostly L's fault. I will die by that. I will die by that. It was L's fault. If L didn't say we should take the book, we would have not have been in that much trouble. We would have been suspicious, but not criminals outright. Got us in trouble so many times. Yes, he did. He really did. Did you ever get to ask Lucky why he thought L said that? No, but I'll ask his counterpart, Lucien Lunaris. Why did he say that? What is wrong with you? You're the reason I became antisocial. Like Christ. Oh my god, that whole plan was... Oh my god, that whole plan went into flames. I thought we were scot-free. When we finished inspecting Vitruvius's home, I thought we were scot-free. However, I've always had that sneaking suspicion. I always have this weird gut feeling. And it's always been right. It's always been right. And so I was like, something or someone is listening or watching us, and I was thinking of telling Elle to shut up or seem confused so I'm not the one in trouble. But it was too late. Vitruvius was invisible. He caught us, he snared us, and I had to save myself as well as Elle. I threw him one of my dimensional tears. That was scary. That was actually scary. As someone who didn't use magic in the beginning, that was one of the most scariest encounters ever. Because I could not move. I don't like being, what's the word? Not moving. Can we metagame a little? Yeah, we can metagame a little bit. We can talk about spoilers. Everything's happened. Everything's happened, so I don't need to worry about metagaming. Metagaming. I'm gonna get rid of the accent, bro. It's so hard. It is so difficult. It is so hard to do the accent. I'm not used to it anymore. You know that pillar area that said... Wait, you know that pillar area you said you might go back to get more tiers? But true, it's actually set up base there. Really? In the same exact area? The same place? I was actually gonna go, but then I got caught up in like learning Ars Nouveau. I legit was about to go there. That's crazy. Imagine. Are you sure? It wasn't like another what's it called? It wasn't another Obsidian Spire place? It was the same coordinates? The story could have been different. Oh God, I could have been like, yo, what the heck is this? And I would have found it. That's crazy. That's insane. I did not know that. That's so cool. That's so cool how like close everything is. You know what I mean? How insanely close like we all were. I did not know. That's pretty funny. That's actually really funny. UMV with those close calls were insane. They really were. Let's move forward. Let's talk about that. Let's move forward. The whole like exile getting chased arc. I'm gonna preface this by saying nothing, personally for me, nothing that happened was ever extensively planned. Most of it was improvised, if not all of it. I just went with the flow. So when it came to me being exiled and me like just like staying away and everything, that was just not planned. I was just going with the flow and playing a character. And so that whole chase thing with Vitruvius and me, that one clip where I was getting the row guy from the jungle temple, that was not clipped. That was just me getting a thing, feeling like someone's coming and running away. And literally a minute later, Vitruvius was right there. That was scary. Dude, that specific stream, was that episode 5 or something? The frozen exile or whatever it's called, whatever the episode I called it. Was it that one or was it the next one? It was the whole episode. I was just anxious. I was just anxious the entire episode. It was after the election. Whatever episode that was, whatever stream that was, I was so anxious, you have no idea. Legitimately, the entire stream, my leg was just bouncing. It wasn't Roswell that scared, it was me. Rosco was scared. Cause like, what's gonna happen? I don't know what I'm gonna do if I get caught. It was crazy. It was crazy. And so, now, here's the thing. The only thing that I plan to do, because I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? I should probably not do that. The only thing that I had planned to do, I was always planning to give back the eyes. Because I didn't want to leave anybody out of the end forcefully. Roswell wasn't scared. Roswell was anxious. I was scared. The part that scared me was when you were lurking in a tree above Willerton's house and said someone was watching. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I was just listening. I was like hidden listening. Vitruvius was there. It was a whole like amount of like a bunch of people. And then someone said someone's listening. And I was like, and I think, did I just dip afterwards or did I stay a little bit? I think I ran, didn't I? I forgot. I'm back in the accent. Yeah, someone's watching and I just freaking dipped. I left so fast. I left so fast. You stayed for a bit and ran. I just ran. I remember running just so fast. I'm back. Stop doing the accent. No, but yeah, I had planned to always give back the eyes. Simply because I didn't want to forcefully again leave anybody out of the end. And so I was like, you know what, I should just give back the eyes. And so I had to find a way to do it. And so I had to give it to somebody that Vitruvius trusts. And so I gave it to Leo. So I gave it to Leo, and that kind of expedited the whole process for everybody too. So like we could do the end like literally like so fast. Was he live and you gave it back? Yeah, he was. I believe so. I made sure like whatever I did that was important, someone was streaming it. So anything I did that was important, it's on somebody's live stream. I didn't just do it offline. So like I gave it to Leo. That was on Leo's. Because here's the issue. If I had waited to stream, I feel like me giving the eyes wouldn't have gotten so much impact, because they would have already been grinding the eyes, and I would have like just given them more copies of eyes, which wouldn't have been helpful. But since I gave them the eyes before they had like other eyes, I pretty much expedited the process. Like I had so many eyes. Like I had like 2 of them that I stole, but like the rest of them were ones that I've gathered. Yeah, I gave him a lot. I gave them a lot. And he streamed every day. Yo, shout out to Leo, by the way. Leo is nuts. Leo is legitimately so crazy. Leo streamed every day, 12 hours for 13 days. So literally, that's like 6.5 days of his life completely devoted to Minecraft. And he went to another RP stream or RP server in GTA. Isn't that crazy? That guy's nuts. No wonder he does not walk any steps. Hey, I do too, bro. Me too. Same to you. No, but yeah, that whole arc was actually pretty scary. In that arc of me being exiled, I feel like Roswell was like kind of depressed, like high key, because even though he doesn't like talking to people as much, even though he's awkward, he's still kind of like was sad not to see others in a way. It's a weird thing. Like he doesn't talk to others, but he liked observing other people. And so he was entirely alone for a while on that mountaintop in that tower. And he couldn't go back, or he had to hide. Yeah, just flying on my dragon the entire time. Yeah. It was stripped away from him. Community. Even though he didn't expect to enjoy it, when it was taken away from him, he felt sad. You don't know how much you like love something until it's taken away from you, you know what I mean? If there was another fantasy RP, what character would you want to be? Oh, okay. I want to answer this question, but I'm gonna yap about this the entire time. I want to yap about this for so long, and it's not gonna be funny. Let me read some questions from the Q&A. I'll come back to that right now. Simple question: what was your favorite part of the world? I think my favorite part of the world was that island we made at the end, the New Zealand. I love that island. That island, even though it was kind of simple, right? Like the whole idea behind it and what it represented was, to me as Rosco, so cute. It was the cutest thing ever, and I was so what's the word? I was so enamored with the amount of work and unity that everyone portrayed during that time. Because I didn't know they were making it until I got on. When I got on, like I was just there to like chill out, have a good time. I didn't know they were making it. And so when I saw it and I checked it out, I was like, oh, this is so cute. I liked it a lot. I think that's my favorite part of New Zealand. Aside from that, honestly, the town is the lifeblood of the entire server. It's where most things happened, right? So I think the town is probably my favorite part of that server. Could you expand more on what would have happened if the Lord of Bargains plot actually happened? If the Lord of Bargains plot actually happened, I'll get back to the character thing after this one. Sorry. I feel like if the Lord of Bargains plot actually happened, I would have been a much more neutral plot party. I would have had dealings with the town, and I would have had dealings with whoever the villains, right? In this case, it would have been Vitruvius and the Knights of Ours. Would you have been like breadwinner? Yeah, kinda. So I would have had dealings with both sides. Right, and I would have been this huge neutral party that would have been okay with whatever outcome. But it never happened because I got caught first crime, so thanks, L. Yep. Now, if there was another server, another fantasy RP, it's hard because it really depends on the vibes. It really depends on the vibes. Because if it's another RP server, let's just say we use Cottage again, right? I don't know whether to do a funny character with a serious RP or a funny character with a not so serious RP. And I mean by RP like backstory. You know what I mean? I have two ideas. One is a surfer dude. The surfer the surfer accent mage, right? But that's the serious backstory one because I have an idea for that guy. I have a crazy idea for that guy. Yeah, it's just the way he speaks is like funny, so it's recognizable. You know what I mean? I feel like the British accent I put on was like super generic, so like the surfer thing would be recognizable. That's a serious one. Yeah, that's a serious one. It's just a surfer accent. It's just he talks like this the entire time. Like, dude, you gotta chill out, man. You're like a wave crashing onto a cliffside, right? Whoa, dude. What's the non-serious one? I wanted to be a scientist. But the thing is, there's a specific mod that I want to use. That has like, because I want to be a scientist that makes bombs. And eventually I want to use nuclear power. I feel like the comedic relief characters feel a little less plot satisfaction when all is said and done though. Yeah, but like I feel like I would play more of a townsfolk role than the story focused role, but we'll see. Yeah, I wanted to make bombs and use nuclear power. But there's a specific mod that I want to use called Alex's Caves that has a whole biome dedicated to that. And there's other cave systems there that I would also like to like. There's like one more that I want to do for like a little character arc that'd be pretty funny. Like he would evolve like how destructive he could be, but like purely for scientific purposes. He wouldn't blow up town, right? He'd be like, okay, this is my blow up field. And he would blow it up, and like people would come over like, what the heck happened here? And like a little sign saying, you know, whatever my character's name is, test field. Yeah. Yeah, there's a there's a bit that I want to do, but I can't say it because it'll be funnier if it happens and I play this character. It'd be funnier if no one knows about the bit in my head. So I can't say it, but to me, it's so stupid and funny. Like a mad scientist, yeah. And you know what voice I'm gonna do, right? You know exactly what voice I'm gonna do. You know exactly what it is.
Alright, buddy, so welcome to my nuclear factory. Right here we have my nuclear box. Do not touch it, it will blow up, it will kill all of us. Right here, and in the mod they have like a Godzilla mob. Right here is my pet, my pet lizard, and it's just freaking giant. It's just Godzilla staring right at you. What if you forget? Trust me. No, trust me. I'm not gonna forget about any of these characters in my head. I will have it ready. It depends again on the mod. If it's a new mod pack that we use, if it happens, and the things that are there that I thought I would use aren't there, then I'll have to make a new character. Do you have a specific laugh for that character? Loser. Yeah, according to my calculations, sounds like you're a giant coward. Yeah, so according to my equation here, it says D equals lick my nuts.
He'd just be annoying. Yeah, that's the character idea. That's 2 of them. One's more townsfolk. I don't know if I can listen to that for 12 hours a day.
Alright, buddy, so we're gonna start building. Alright, here we go. We're gonna start building here. Wow, I cannot believe this is not work. I have to go to the tab real quick, guys. I'll be right back. Do you guys think if I built a nuclear funnel or nuclear tunnel right here, people would notice?
It's either that or the freaking Shaw did.
Shaw did. Okay, so, alright, dudes. Alright, dudes and dudettes. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna build my little, like, shack right here on the beach. And then randomly, someone will come up and speak to me. If that ever happens, okay, we're gonna be chill, gonna be cool, have a good conversation, okay? But we gotta focus on building this place.
And then every time someone comes up, I'll give them a new nickname. Neither is better.
What's up, bro, Chacho? L-Man, my dude, how's it going? Yo, G-Force.
And like for like money, what is he?
Yo, money bags. What's up, my dude? Oh, frick, how a bummer, dude.
What server guys' nicknames be for new witching the characters? I have to think about it. I don't know. Let me think. I don't know. I know Imp will be Imperoni.
Yo, Imperoni!
But that's the character quirk that I would like for the server guys. So you just give everyone just random nicknames. Knights for Royale. Let me think.
Yo, Roy boy, what's up, dude?
or for Leo. What would Leo be? What would Leo be? I gotta think. I can only think of Tío, like uncle in Spanish.
Yo, Guild Bro! Yo, Guildmeister!
Who was Calvin would be like. calzone.
Yo, calzone. And the picture would be, yo, V-Man.
But yes, be mindful that this character would be the series backstory one. So he has backstory, and I know what it is, and I'm not telling you because it's a secret. I'm gonna keep it to my chest until the next one. If it doesn't happen, if Surfer Dude doesn't become a thing, then I'll tell you my idea for it. I already have names. I'm so brain rot with this, dude. It's awful. I have names for them. They're all me, right? So the doctor would be Roswell. Professor Roswell, or the scientist, Professor Roswell, and then the surfer dude would be Roslyn, or Roslan, whatever everyone pronounces it. Roslyn or Roslan? Roslan with an A. Like Aslan from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe from Narnia. So it's Roswell and Rosland. Yeah, or Rosland, not Rosland. Rosland. I can't think. I can't. Never mind. Your surfer dude is Christ? No. What? Psst, me? Nah. What would the mayor be? Yo, Mr. Roly-Poly! Oh my god. Hold on, text someone. Okay. Did you find out it was you who told him you're nice with the witches? I don't know. I have no idea. I am not going to lie. I have no idea. Did he ever figure it out? I don't think he did. He found out at one point. That's funny. That's so funny. That scene, guys. I get so hype when I catch fire when it comes to like dialogue. I get so hype because I know I tried to stay so cool because I knew what I was saying was like book worthy, bro. I was spitting out quotes upon quotes, dude. I was spitting fire. Tick tock, Rolexes. Time this time isn't on your side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't mess with me, bro. What was the other one? Freaking God makes promises, devils make deals. That was so funny, dude. I wish I kept being an anonymous like person. That would have been so funny. Just aura form upon people. Flying on a dragon. Freaking spit fire in dialogues. Stand on rooftops half the time. That would have been so fun, dude. That would have been so fun. I think you genuinely changed the course of the story with that, because I doubt he would have won without your interference. I think. I don't know. Maybe? Maybe? That's true, because if he went with his original plan, because he wanted to just completely lock down on like witchcraft and magic and stuff, I think with how many people who use the arcane were in that town, I think probably he would have lost. If I didn't talk to him at that moment, I think he would have lost. He would have kept his original plan and would have lost that election. Unless he's already planning to do that, but you know, we don't know, right? We don't know. Imagine if Vitruvius won, I would have not been in that. I would have not been in that town anymore. I would have been gone. They didn't even come in second though. That is true. I feel like someone else would have won then. That is true. You make a good point, Barry. V didn't even come in second. The top two were Willerton and Nambubu. So it would have been one of the two. They would have to have a tiebreaker. That's crazy. But no, Clifford won and we have our mayor. Honestly, the way it happened, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think the way that it played out was perfect. I think everything that happened and the way it played out was, you know, there were some, you know, little, I could have been like this, you know, here and there, but I feel like it's perfect the way it is. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it at all. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. That whole arc, the elections, me being exiled, me coming back and giving back the eyes. It was huge. And you know what's crazy? The crazy thing about that whole sequence, the exile arc, was the fact that even though Roswell came back at the end, he suffered isolation and he ultimately decided to just give it back, right? The amount of disappointment that followed that sequence of events is crazy. Because what happened afterwards, everybody? The trial. The trial happened. And what happened after the trial? Vitruvius blew everything up. And the events following were absolutely crazy because there was traitors. There was, you know, discourse between the town. People, you know, were kind of on the same trend of violence that Vitruvius was on. And so Roswell's no better. Roswell is, you know, an imperfect person, right? Roswell is like, this town is not what I remember. Because what Roswell remembered was, oh yeah, everyone's happy dandy, having a good time, helping each other. And now that he's come back, this town is like after blood, man. And so Roswell, that's like, that kind of, what's the word? That kind of cemented why Roswell made a new home. Was because of that. Like, he made a new home for like no reason, but like after seeing everything, it's like, yeah, I'm glad I kind of moved my new place somewhere outside of town. And so it's rather sad, I think, for Roswell to like, oh, this is not how I remember this place. And to come back to all of that. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the fact too that he had to sort of act or become something, and I said this before, become something that he never wanted to be or never thought he would be. Which was a sort of, I don't want to say hero, because I don't think Roswell was a hero. I think Roswell was just someone who became important because of affiliations. Your character would have been perfect for that OC before and after trauma trend. The thing is, I feel like nobody knows. I was going through the tag, and it's not coming from a place of malice. It's coming from a place of just like, curiosity and hindsight. No one knows what happened to Roswell during that entire time. Literally, no one knows what Roswell's been through that entire time. There's, oh, like, Roswell's back. Yo, what's up, man? And Roswell just has like the 1,000-yard stare, just like. Like, if you were not watching my POV, you would have no idea. You would have no idea. And he became sort of an unsung, like, person. Unsung hero type thing. Roswell's been through stuff, bro. Roswell's been through some things. Yeah, and Roswell didn't even get to get the final kill. Or, yeah, kill him in the end. That was all taken away from him. Right? And so it's interesting to see like how much of Roswell's story, even though his actions, I'm not gonna be like, oh, main character injury, right? But even though his actions had a tremendous amount of sway into the story, the fact that nobody sees it is crazy. I feel like that's a crazy addition. Like, just no one knows. And he doesn't say anything about it. He doesn't say a thing about it. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't complain about it. He keeps it to himself. Isn't that wild? I think it was perfect for the story of Roswell and Lucky. Yeah, it's like a side story. It's like a little side story. Like, oh my god, that had so much importance that no one knows, right? It's like lore. It's like lore you have to go out of your way to find in a video game. You know what I mean? It's like a collectible. Like, you'll find scrolls throughout the location telling the story of Roswell and Lucky, or Roswell now. It's literally like that. If the story had gone on more, would Roswell's feelings have shown? I feel like if rather than the story continue from the end, I feel like if the story was stretched out more, I feel like at one point, if there was enough stress built up in Roswell, you would have seen a crash out. You would have seen a crash out for sure. And I mean a crash out. The only times, and note this, the only times Roswell showed true emotion was when he was alone. And even with Lucas, he tried hiding it. Would the crash would be explosive and damaging? It would be loud. It wouldn't be damaging or explosive, but it would be loud. You know what I wanted to do during that beach scene? I couldn't do it because it was late. I was gonna get in trouble with my parents. But when I was at that beach, I wanted to yell in anguish. I was thinking, if something happens, whatever happens, Roswell is gonna go to a beach and cry. If it happens early, that means I can yell. I was gonna do a full-on primal like scream of grief. That is exactly what I was thinking of doing, but it was already late, so I had to like whimper. I had to whimper the entire time. We could have had that. We could have had that. I would have been like, ah! Like I would have like primal grief yell. Like it would have been crazy. It would have been insane. If it were the time, if it were for the time zone debuff, we would have seen the craziest crash out. Yeah, you would have seen the most emotional I've been RPing. All right. So yeah, there's only like subtle things that I plan, but most of it I go with the flow. Would you have crashed on limit given the chance? Yes, I would have. I was thinking of crashing out on L when he called me for like a private meeting under that lamppost, but I was like, you know what? I feel like Roswell would still hide it because he has a burden on himself now, right? Like he feels this burden. That he has to carry because he like saw like the fire and everything, right? So he was like concerned, like I need to stop this, right? And so I think he would still keep it in, but I didn't want to like do that. I didn't want to crash on Al, so I was like, you know, I'll just keep it inside. Would Roswell would have wanted to turn on everyone like Covey? No. I don't think Roswell had hatred. I think what Roswell felt was, let me think about it. It wasn't hatred. I feel like in the beginning, after everything had happened, I think Roswell felt shame. And then once he came back and saw what was happening, he felt disappointment. Like he was expecting something else. So it was more disappointment in the expectation. He was disappointed not to see what he was disappointed to come back and not everything being where it left off, kind of like that. I think that's what he felt. In hindsight, looking back. It sucks. It really sucks because he was gone for such a long time. He missed the window to make connection with somebody else or other people, right? He only had like a few, like a tiny like Gus, and even with Gus, like he hadn't talked to Gus forever, right? And so really the only close connection he had was L, and L, you know, he was having his thing with L, right? You know what I mean? If Rob had the chance, would you want to meet? Who would you want to meet? It's an arbiter? I don't know. I really don't know. It would have depended on what happened. It would have depended. It really would have. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say because like just the way things go. Like really anybody would have been fine. Anybody would have been fine. Let me go into the questions because I do not look at the questions. Did you ever find out L was the one taking your dragon and putting him somewhere else? That was L? Bro, I'm not talking to Lucy. Guys, I'm canceling the company tomorrow. I'm not playing with Lucy this week. I'm pissed off, bro. First, he drops that bomb that L was the one talking to me in that last moment. And now you're telling me he was stealing my dragons? That was so annoying, by the way. I'm canceling the company, bro. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to be around that guy. Oh my god. Did you feel disappointed that you didn't even get to use the magic you worked so hard for? Yeah, dude. Oh my god. I want to talk about this, bro. I want to talk about this, bro. The fact that I had prepped 2 spells, the Howl of Huracan and the Truth Nuke, and I didn't even get to use a single one during the story. I was so frustrated. So many hours of prep, so many hours of scavenging and getting it all ready and all that good stuff. I didn't get to do a single thing with it. The only time I could showcase it was with Calvin, and I lost aura because I was on fire for like 10 trillion seconds. That's crazy. Didn't get to show off the Howl of Huracan. Didn't I get to show off? I did show off. No, I showed Truth Nuke, and I showed off Howl of Huracan later. I did show it off. And Super Hell. No, I showed it off to Nabubu. I showed off Truth Nuke and Howl to Nabubu when we were on that island. Why did Roswell not show his feelings to even those he trusted? Because he didn't trust them fully. Roswell has trust issues. Roswell doesn't open up about himself often, right? Because the last time he did, he got left for dead, right? So yeah, Roswell doesn't share feelings. Usually. The only time he really shared feelings at the end was at the campfire. And that was him trying to open. Like, he was trying to have connection after everything. Even though it's like half me, right? But that's the reason why. You know, Roswell has extensive trust issues and is trying to get rid of the mentality that I can only rely on myself. That was given to him because of what happened in his like background, right? Like his whole like, I had to go sell things to, you know, because my father was like, "Oh, go make money for me. I'm a drunkard," right? That kind of thing. So he became very individualistic, very selfish, and very to himself. Do you think he would have opened up more? If so, to who? I think. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like the one person he did open up to, because he didn't really open up to L. L opened up to him, right? If I remember correctly. I feel like the only person that Roswell very slightly opened up to was probably Nabubu. Because not even with Royale he opened up to until like the end, and that was after everything happened, right? Yo, what's up, Lucien Lunaris? I heard you were the one stealing my dragons on day 2. I didn't know that till right now. I'm canceling my collab with you tomorrow, bro. I'm not playing with you no more. You piss me off. It was so annoying, bro. You're the reason why I went to go get the summoner's staff so I can make it easier, man. I literally minimized. I literally turned my other dragon tiny so it would stay in the house. And then I had to get a summoner's staff for my other dragon so I could just teleport. Help you become the best version of yourself. I became freaking annoyed is what I was. By the way, Lucien, why'd you say the thing about the book, about stealing the book? That was not part of the plan. Why'd you say that? Just cuz? Just cuz? What book? Vitruvius's book. When we were coming out the tower after we went inside and like investigated, quote unquote. You're like, yeah, I was thinking of taking his power. Blah 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 blah. Why'd you say that? That wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan, man. If you didn't say that, we wouldn't have been in that much trouble. We'd have been like in less trouble. I was looking for his weakness in case he wanted to kill us. Oh my god, bro. No, bro. Oh my god. I wouldn't have had the exile arc. No, it was worth it. I had the exile arc. It was fine. It was fine. It was fine. It was fine. You guys were the catalyst for the Great Divide. We literally started everything. If we didn't go into that damn house and if L didn't freaking say what he said, none of that would have happened, I believe. We were the problems. We were, bro. It all went downhill from there, man. Yeah, I created a lot of chaos. That's crazy, man. By the way, Lunaris, welcome on in. Hello, hello. How are you? It's funny when you find out people had stolen things from him before us. Are you serious? People stole things from him before we did? Man, we're just bad thieves, I guess. Like, Jesus. I know about the lamps. I know about that. That's crazy. We got caught. Yeah, we're terrible. No, here's the thing. We didn't get caught because it wasn't us. We only got caught afterwards because he didn't even notice the eyes were gone. He only noticed until he needed it. And that's when we got caught. It took him a while to find out what we had stolen. Because he was so focused on the signs and he was so focused on the lamps, right? We didn't do that. That wasn't us. And then once he was like, oh, we need the eyes. He's like, oh, I have eyes at home. He's like, wait a minute. Where are my eyes? And so that's when he realized, oh, they took the eyes. I don't know if you knew this, but you also had another important eye in his tower that y'all didn't take. Which one? Because we didn't check. We just saw the ones that were in his chest room, and we just took those and dipped because we had to be fast. Was it an eye ender? Or just saying things? But I knew it wasn't what you didn't have yet. Okay, no, it doesn't matter. I got more eyes than I stole, to BH. Like, I got it on my own. I still think about the fact that Vox said that that event was probably the catalyst that got him to stay being active in the server, like from almost quitting to being one of the main antagonists. I don't be like, yeah, you know what, we did keep it. I feel like it was, you know, it was our stupidity, I guess, to create some sort of drama. Yeah, but I don't feel like it's truly our, like, we were the reason. I feel like, you know, he saw potential and he's like, okay, I can run with this. So I was like, oh, okay. Very cool. I don't know how to, I don't be like, yeah, we kept him in the server, you know what I mean? I just want to be like, I would say I'm glad that we had helped him in that manner, right? Yeah, time zone sucked for him. I felt so bad for like people in other time zones because like for me it was 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., which is fine for me. I can do that. Light work, no reaction, right? But for people in like Europe, especially Europe, like it was in the middle of the night. It was awful, and I felt so bad for everybody who's had to go through that. Like Nyx too? Oh my god. Yeah, I shout out to you guys too who stayed up super late to watch VCraft because I could not do that. Oh, the next time it's a little earlier. Yeah, I had heard from others that like if we're gonna do another one to make it a longer time and also have break days, because there is a sense of FOMO when it comes to this streaming every single day, right? At like certain times and everything. So I feel like if we have break days and a wider range of like schedules, like a schedule, whatever it is, I feel like it'd be easier on the streamers who are doing it, and so they can do something else or take a break. You know what I mean? I feel like it'd be much more manageable for everybody. I would like a super long like server, dude. Like just keep it going for a while and see what happens, and we have like multiple story arcs or whatever. I feel like a faction Game of Thrones type thing would be pretty fun too. I've been thinking about that ever since this server. I've been thinking about like what if I do one of these things too. Do you feel like if it's too long, people lose interest? True. That's true. Very true. Yeah, well, that's true. That's true, especially with how many people there are. You gotta get people who are really into it. Yeah, that's... It's hard because, you know, it depends on, you know, how things go. I feel like with this one, we were like exceptionally lucky with how everything went, I think. Because we had a very diverse amount of people and interests. So like people like wanted to do the townsfolk live, and so they played Minecraft and chilled and hanged out. There are people like me who had the very like the hard RP aspect, who like wanted to tell a story and were doing their thing to continue this arc and whatever. So I think that mix really helped. Now, if we do another one of these, I would have to see what the vibe is when it comes to this. Because if we follow the same formula, I think we'll be fine, right? I think we'll be fine. But I do think there are some people who would like to have more, what's the word? A bigger role maybe, or play a bigger part in the hard RP section. And so they might want to step up to the plate. If that's the case, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I feel like I played some sort of a role. I was like middle ground, because I was like the character that comes in every few episodes, right? I was around and I played a big part, but I wasn't really in the story. You know what I mean? Like I changed events, but I just wasn't around. So I don't know whether to be more present and still contain that big role, or be more present, or be sort of like a background character. I'm still gonna hard RP for sure. I'm gonna hard RP for sure. Like just there's no way I'm not gonna do that. It's fun for me. That's the fun I had with this. Just hard RP, right? So I think next time I will try to see the vibe and see what people are doing. Yeah, because in the server we all announce our characters like, we're doing this. And so like, okay, they're gonna be doing this. We're like a townsfolk character. Okay, cool. And so I can kind of get the vibe, but we'll see. Whenever it happens, I'm not telling you when. I don't know when. That's why. Whenever it happens, I think we're pretty pog. So we'll see what happens. Let me see. What's another question? I need to know. I know I need to move on, but will we ever get a bonus episode showing how the characters progress with their lives? I don't know. I really don't know, because as as fun as Recraft is, we need to let it go, guys. Oh, we need to accept that it's finished, right? Like, this season, right, is finished. Maybe in the future we'll have like a little like a special episode or whatever. Like, you know, I don't know. It depends on everybody else if they want to do it. I think it'd be fun if they want to do like a little reunion for season 1. Like, I'd be down to do it for sure. Like, I'll be there no matter what. But to do like a little bonus episode, I don't know, because like to see how the lives progressed is very RP focused, and like not everyone was super RP focused, but like, yeah, I fished, or I continued my farm or whatever, you know what I mean? But I think this sort of thing is better kept, story-wise, is better kept as it is. The story's finished. The book is closed. There's nothing else to say. We ain't moving on. All the art and clips are still coming out. Yeah. I've seen. There's an animation, I think by Janny. That was a good animation, like a music video that I saw. It was so good. I was mesmerized, dude. It was so good. You guys saw? I retweeted it. Did an amazing job. In all seriousness, that was so good. No, yeah, the art's so good, man. I've seen so much art and like memes and everything. Oh my god, I could eat it up for days, guys. I'm just letting you guys know, if you guys want to keep making Roswell art and like stuff based off the story arcs and everything, I'm not gonna stop you, bro. Hey, I'm not gonna stop you. If you want to do it, you can do it, bro. I'm not stopping you. In fact, I'm pushing you. I'm pushing you to do it. Have fun, dude. Is this his way of asking for more? Maybe. Also, guys, you know that Pokemon Legends is coming out? You know, and you know, it's coming out next week on Thursday. If you want to make, you know, Pokemon art, you know, with me in there, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna stop you guys. Pick your starter then? My starter? My in Zeta A? Okay, my starter in Zeta A, I've thought about this. I've really thought about this. It's either gonna be Tepig or it's gonna be Feraligatr. Or Feraligatr, Totodile. I really like Totodile. But I've seen leaks. I'm not gonna explain it to you. But from leaks, I might not like Totodile. I might like Tepig. But that's my starter. I have an ace in my head, and I'm gonna get that ace Pokemon no matter what, dude. You know who I'm gonna grab in Pokemon Zeta A? As soon as I can? I'm getting Howlucha, dude. I'm getting Howlucha. That it's calling to me, dude. I'm getting Halucha. If I can get a shiny Halucha, that'd be even more pog. And I'm calling it a la torre. A la torre! A la torre! Harutore! I'm playing Pokemon X. So I found my 3DS. I think I told you guys this. I found my 3DS in my nightstand, my old one. And so I bought Pokemon X and I've been playing it. I'm at the Elite Four right now. I've been playing very casually. And so I'm at the Elite Four right now. And my team consists of my starter, which was a Froakie, which is Greninja right now. I call him Nube. I have a Charizard, which I called Seni, after Senisa, like Ash in Spanish. It's all Spanish based, mostly. I have a Gardevoir named Nena. And then I have a Garchomp named Basto, or Devastador. That's where I got it from, Basto. Devastator. I'm edgy. I have an Aegislash, which I have not named yet. I have not named Aegislash because I always wait till level 60 to give him names for some reason. I don't know, I'm weird like that. And so I have an Aegislash I have to name right now once I start playing the game again. And then I have a Halucha, a girl Halucha, and I called her De La Rosa. And so that's my team for the Elite Four. Anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Recraft. Let me answer another question. Pee pee poo poo. Poo poo pee pee. How's Braxton? Braxton's doing good. Why was Roswell so understanding with V in the Knights? I think Roswell, here's the thing. After Roswell came back, he was expecting distrust. Half the reason why there wasn't is because, RP, light RP for other people. Other half is because people didn't care. And so that was point one. He felt like he should have been ostracized, but he wasn't, and that made him uncomfortable. And so the second point was when he's called up for that leaders meeting. Why am I here, he thought. What am I doing here? Point 2. Point 3. When Nabubu told him about Vitruvius' backstory, it resonated slightly with Roswell based on his backstory. And so Roswell understood, apart from, all the trauma and apart from feelings, right? Roswell understood what Vitruvius was trying to say. There is quite legitimately no order. There's no direct law. There's nothing, there's no punishment at all. There's nothing, no one gets, blamed for anything. Right? But where Vitruvius saw, a place that needed correction, I think Roswell realized the fact that people were so light on each other and so, what's the word? They were so easy on on crimes and everything. I feel like he would prefer that over a place that was strict as hell, because it's kind of the turn that Vitruvius was gonna make in the beginning before the whole lament thing happened was very authoritarian. Roswell felt it was very authoritarian, and so Roswell would rather have a very no rules place turned into a more lawful place rather than taking away restrictions from an authoritarian standpoint. So Roswell saw hope. It would be easier with this kind of setup than what would happen with Vitruvius. So he thought the same way, right? He thought like, yeah, maybe we should have some rules in place. But Roswell knows how it feels like to be exiled and ostracized and have that kind of punishment put upon you. So I feel like Roswell was like, okay, implement rules, but it needs to be done the right way. People need to agree, right? Like seeing the crimes people do as a joke. Yeah, the thing is, like, most of the crimes are just pranks. Like, there was no serious crime, legitimately, aside from what we pulled, I guess, and what Vitruvius has done, in all legitimacy. So Roswell didn't see the need to like. Roswell didn't see the need to be as mad. Right? I don't know if you know, but Calvin did say seeing you there at the meeting was like hearing V2. Yeah. We were two sides of the same coin. I was not mad. I was not mad at the town. Right? Roswell doesn't kill. Roswell's first idea isn't violence, right? He had trauma, he did, but he grew past that trauma. Yeah, I understood both sides. I think that's what helped Roswell kind of like think of what to do and stuff, like, because he knew, like, you know, Vitruvius is kind of right, but at the same time, you can't force people to do stuff they don't want to do, right? And that's like where the merchant side came in. Like, he had to, like, what's the word? Hit the bargain. Like, okay, what has to go, what needs to stay, what can we get rid of that's not needed, type of thing. Like, what's fair? Bargain? Lord of Bargains? I feel like if the court case went better and was less of a comedy show, things would have been different. Yeah, but it was fun though, so I enjoyed it. I didn't really mind. The amount of times different people have parallel thoughts and ideas with difference in how they try to help the problem was insane. Yeah, and it's just like real life, man. People have like different ideas of how the place, like how things should be run, and they're very similar, but the way they want to do it is like very different, right? It's just how it is. Because I started to understand, like, yeah, Vitruvius might be right, but he shouldn't be going the way, he shouldn't be doing it the way he's doing it right now, right? I think the desire for order was overtaken by the amount of anger he felt. Right? And like his last option was like, you know what? If they're not going to unify with me, they'll unify against me. So that's how he became the villain. Like, it was already, in his words, it was already too late for me, right? That kind of thing. So yeah. And then once once the boo-boo kind of spilled about like the backstories of like the Knights of Ars and Vitruvius, and then Ross was like, oh, shoot, that makes sense. He's like, ah, damn. Yeah, in the end, I think Rosco was very neutral. He just wanted things to just go back to the way they were. I think that became Roswell's goal, is to just have things return to how they once were. To restore it. He wasn't fully wrong too. Towards the end, the townsfolk did not like V that much. Yeah, because he's done terrible things. like, I'm like, guys, Vitruvius II, or Willington II, sorry, did terrible things. Horrible things. I did not expect anyone to be nice to him when he returned. Fully. I was still iffy about it, but I still thought he should be happy. People can change, right? I think people can change, or not me, sorry. Roswell, me too, but you know what I mean. Roswell thought, you know, everyone can change, man. It just takes time. Bro, Zealand, yeah, Zealand left. Well, Roswell wasn't affected too much by that because he didn't know Zealand, but he knew that Zealand was probably like a really huge part of the community, and so he kind of felt that grief and despair in the air. Yeah, I agree. Also, just the RP difference with there too. Most of the villains wanted to be exiled for their ending. Yeah. Well, happy endings, you know what I mean? It is what it is, guys. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a Minecraft server, right? Things can't be like directed. It's not a movie, right? It's people playing on a server having fun, right? Like, I should be so mad about me not getting the last hit on Lament, but it's just how it is, and it allowed me to improvise and create a new kind of scene, right? I really like the crash out scene with Royale because it seemed Roswell was like, oh crap, and was kind of speechless. Yeah, because he didn't know. He didn't know because Roswell was so busy with so much stuff in his mind. He didn't make time for anybody. And that included Royale. And so he's like, oh, right? Even when I'm trying to do good, I mess up, right? Yeah. That's crazy. Those parallels were crazy, man. Because I didn't think about it until like it was during the thing or during his crash. I was like, oh shoot. He should have been in my shoes. He should have been in my shoes. Because I never wanted this, or Roswell never wanted this, right? And Royale was looking for it. Right, you know what I mean? So it's crazy to see like how two people ended up on opposite paths. Like the grass is greener on the other side type of thing, which is nuts. I think that's an amazing foil. And in my full opinion, like that's an amazing like we're Rosco and Royale like two foils, right? They're a foil of each other. And so the fact that it all like collected at the end was crazy. It was insane. Roswell was always somehow involved, even when he didn't want to be or really had no reason to. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like he was. It's almost like fate was like, you go here, and I was like, why? Bruh, I don't want to, dude. What the hecky? But yeah, and then we have Royale, who didn't really get to do much, and he felt isolated and forgotten. Which was crazy. Man, I want my crash out so bad, dude. I wanted Roswell to have had a significant crash out somewhere along the line. If like the stress would have built up so much that he would have just crashed out. I wanted that to happen, but it never did. And you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I feel like it fits Roswell better because he's very what's the word? He's very closed off. But if it happened, bro, it would have been the craziest crash out you would have ever seen. It was amazing how some stories, lore intertwine and seem connected, right? Isn't it amazing how happenstance everything was? Everything was improvised. Everything was barely planned at all. The only planned thing I had done or had wanted to do or was like planned in prior. Leo DM'd me after like, let me see. Yeah, Leo DM'd me about the whole like what to do with L's heads, and we planned that. He wanted to have like his own realization, like he shouldn't be killing L, right? And so we planned that out. And so I was waiting for him to like have that realization, and then we killed L. I was like, well, Well, okay, guys, got time to improvise. Oh my god. It is what it is. I think we all underestimated how strong Calvin had become. We did. We legitimately did. Like, Calvin was hella strong. I thought I was strong because of how cool looking my spells were, but like he min-maxed his spells. What he did, I think what he did was he made a damaging lightning spell that had low mana cost and he could just spam it. I think that's what he did. I just had a high mana cost spell that I used. That was big. Bigger is better, you know what I mean? I think next time I really want to get into the R's and the Vo, if we have it in the mod pack that we use. If there's a next time. Because I had an idea that I wanted to do based off of what... Based off of, what... What's it called? Based off of what, Clifford did. Sorry, I have forgotten the name. Based off of what Rolexis had done, the mayor, with sending people to Super Hell, the idea that I had, and I said in the server too, I was like, guys, I have an idea for spells and stuff. And so what I wanted to figure out after the server ended, I wanted to see if I could combine the effects of drowning along with teleportation. So the idea is, the idea was that I create a giant abyss in the ocean, like a super deep, full of water abyss in the ocean. Okay, and I set that as a teleport point, the very bottom of that ocean. I set it as a teleport point, right? And then when I teleport them, they get afflicted with the drowning effect, which, if you don't know what it does, it essentially makes you lose all your oxygen and sinks you down to the bottom, like it's a gravity thing. And so you'll be stuck down there drowning, and even after your effect ended, you'd still be drowning, and you have to climb up to the surface for water. That's the spell I was thinking of doing. And maybe adding, like, I don't know, what's the word? Frostbite or cold snap, whatever it is. That's swimming thing. So it makes it harder for you to get out. But if you die, just come back. Yeah, but it's like, it's fun. It's cool, right? You'd have to go, by the way, you'd have to go back to that abyss to get your stuff too. Just saying. You'd have to go back to that abyss to get your stuff. And the only way to get there is me. Because only I know where it is. Well, I guess people would know where it is after they die. You know what I call it spell? Davy Jones Locker. I was planning to use that for the surfer guy. The surfer accent guy. For Roswell. Isn't that kind of fire? Like, you don't expect it from him, but he'll go super dark. He'll wait for you to like either apologize or he'll be like, then drown, and then boom, you get teleported to the locker room. Use your real voice? Is that a no then, dude? Then drown. Boom! And all you're just covered in water, dude. I think that's cool. I think that's cool in my opinion. Yeah, I'm shelving that idea. I'm shelving it. I'm putting it's on the top of my head. That's like that's character number 1. Okay, if we have that option. If the other option is more readily available for me, I will be Roswell. I know what to do for Roswell. I know exactly what to do. But Rosalind is like more fleshed out in my head. Aura. My main goal is to aura farm every time. I want to aura farm every time. Would you do a single player world with the Cottage Witch mod pack? That's hard to say, man, because I feel like single player doesn't have the same effect as multiplayer, like RP does. I feel like I'd have fun, but like at the same time, it'd get boring with just me around. I want other people to talk to. I prefer that over single player any day of the week, honestly. I was thinking of doing a hardcore world with people. Like do a speed run to the end. That's what I was thinking about. So, sort of like a live or die type thing. Like if you die, you leave the call. In hardcore, I think that'd be pretty fun. Daddy thought of last wing V2 to the void, and V2 thought of a teleport to lava. Yeah, I feel like everyone had started thinking of ideas to do with teleports. Domain expansion type B, honestly. And low key, could I make the teleport an area of effect? If that's the case, then I could send multiple people to Davy Jones' locker. That would be crazy. Sending a bunch of people to Davy Jones' locker. Like I hit one person, but it spreads to other people. Wouldn't that be nuts? What I'm hearing is I'm not cooking up a villain, okay? It's just a cool idea, okay? He may or may not be a villain, depending on what happens, dude. Okay? He might be a villain, he may not be a villain. I have the idea in my head. I know what the backstory is. I know the twist. I know everything. But is he a villain? I don't know. Is he not? Is he a hero? I don't know. Is he just a guy who's tired of everything? I don't know. We'll have to find out. You know? We'll have to find out. I was also thinking of making like a giant wave come out, but I don't think that's possible. Or I could do like a mini version of the Davy Jones locker. It's like a watery jail. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see though. But yeah, I have stuff cooking in the back of my head for whatever happens next. It just makes me want to play D&D, man. I have to get prepped on that, but I'm just so busy with stuff now, man. Like we got a lot of stuff cooking in the back, and I just don't have time to like divulge attention to other stuff, man. Especially with the way my brain works, dude. Like I get so overwhelmed. I think I have like 2 things I need to do this week. No, more than 2, like 4 or 5 things I need to do. It's crazy, dude. Bro's gonna use his domain expansion. Domain expansion. Piss your pants world. Nah, pero it is what it is. Again, if another VCraft enchantment happens, you know I'm gonna be there. You know I'm gonna be there 24/7, 7 days a week. For as long as the server's up, I wanna be there. Minasan, you know the deal. You're not gonna stop me. It's gonna happen. Well, obviously, you better. I will be. I won't be in exile this time. I'll interact with people. I guess. I think one of my favorite parts though for in New Witchington was just how how unique everybody was in terms of what they constructed and what they added to the town, right? Like everyone had like their houses, right? And they had like their little shops, and then it like eventually like turned into like little novelties here. And like we had that art gallery that was pretty good. We had a zoo eventually later on. We had a whole tavern. We had the maid cafe, right? Imagine having a house. You did have a house. I bet, weren't you chilling in that secret club that Gale made that me and him never went back to because we just didn't use it anymore? Weren't you there? That was my item deposit. That's crazy, bruh. And you just wandered around and just watched people. That's wild. That is wild. I don't know how you found people. Like, I was watching your POV afterwards, like, dude, how did you even find them? Like, that's crazy. El chismoso está aquí, bro. El chismosillo. It's so weird. You're a weirdo, bro. He legit never had a home. He legit never had a home. Like, he never made a place. That's crazy. You guys are weird. You guys are weird. All this talk just makes me want more of FSP specifically in an RP setting. I want to say I'm cooking, but I'm not cooking right now, bro. I'm cooking other foods. I can't cook that. He never had a home, but he was sure good at destroying Gus. For real, bro. I felt so bad. I felt so bad that Gus had to destroy his home and move somewhere else. Cause I went back to see and it was just completely gone. It was like taken over by somebody else. I was like, oh my god. I felt so bad. It was awful. Oh, my bad. That was so sad. I didn't see the clip of when he was dismantling his house, but when I went to check, I was like, "Oh my god! It's gone. It is completely, utterly in what's the word? In the beginning, it was just gone." Gus did that and said, "Hell no, I'm not part of this lore." Yeah, he just wanted out, bro. He just wanted out. Crazy how things change, man. So much like devotion. No, so much branching paths, man. Because I remember, wasn't Gale's whole thing like, oh yeah, I'm like a mafia boss, like I'm gonna like have like a gang or whatever, and now he's like vice president or vice mayor, whatever it is. What is it? Vice President Mayor God King. Yeah. Ruined everything, Lucy. Oh my. And then I became from a merchant to an exile to just straight up loner. And then Lucy was Lucky Al Lament, the twist villain, the true villain. Like, oh my god. No, I was merchant, criminal, exile, redeemed, unsung hero. That's what it was. There was nothing I could do about it, man. I was just stuck in that. I was like, oh well, this is my life now. Welcome to the Tower of Bargains. You know what I wanted to do? I was thinking of having another persona that I would use to hide in town. So I'd be like this traveler that came into town, and I would use like a Slavic, almost Slavic accent, but I would talk like this the entire time and be all like mysterious and like, hello, I'm here to sell fish or whatever. I am here to sell fish. And then I would leave and I would come back. That was gonna be like my undercover identity. Fish. I am here to sell fish. And pumpkins. Oh my god. That accent's even better than your British? Yeah, I don't know why, dude. I just know, like, I just know random accents. British probably one of my worst ones because I don't use it as often. Like this one I can do pretty much all the time. Like it is not that hard to do. Not that hard, yeah, not that hard to do. I can pull it off kinda. If you know, you can kinda tell it is fake because I mess up a lot, but overall it's okay. And then, what's another accent I can do? I don't know what this one is called, but it is kind of Hispanic, kind of has a sort of spice to it. And so I talk like this sometimes. I don't know what it is. It is something very, very, very unique to me. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to get the Scottish one down and the Irish one down. The only time I can really do it is when I'm like monologuing to myself. In a conversation, I cannot pull it off. But yeah, I think next one, yeah, might be like my regular accent, okay, or just a voice. Remember when that time when Lament said you're so impatient when Roswell met Nabubu? I got shivers watching your people at that time. I knew he was watching me. Like when he said that, I was like, oh, he's here. I just couldn't find him. Yeah, dude, no, L really mastered the range of how the Echo Fork is. Like insanely well. I don't know where he was, but I knew he was around. And I couldn't find him. I had no idea where he was hiding. Granted, I did not move from my spot, so he's probably just like right outside the range where he doesn't get caught by the Echo Fork, and as well as being still in range to hear us. He's there, I just can't prove it. Yeah, he mastered being sneaky. Very well. Very, very well. Can we ask his counterpart? Is he still even here? He said he was at the trees. Had to learn the range. Yeah, you're crazy for that, dude. I don't know how you pulled it off. Was that you, by the way? There was one day that people were, I think it was like Aulira and Violet, and some people were talking and they echo forked and someone was like flying right above them and they were invisible. Was that you or that somebody else? Does anyone know who that was? I was snooping around, but I wasn't invisible. Could have been someone else. Okay, that wasn't you then. That's interesting. I hate it, dude. As much as it was a tool for everybody, I hated invisibility. I hated it with my life. I despised it. You could not say anything in town without being caught. I'm so glad we found the Echo Forks and the Major Light, because I was so pissed off, dude. I got so paranoid, I was like, alright, Echo Fork. Major Light. Like, it was so annoying, dude. Like, nowhere was safe, man. Like, you had to create a super secret area that only one person knows the location to. Take everyone there and then find a new place. Like, it was so ridiculous. And I hated it so much, man. Whoever got those invisibility scarves early was like so OP for the early game, because we would not be able to get Echo Forks until like end game. And only a few people had like the spell made like detect invisibility, which was annoying. So if you had the scarf in like you found a scarf early on, you'd be set. You would be set for like sneaking around and stuff. Pissed me off. Made me so mad. How would you find it? It's in chests. It's like randomly generated chests in like dungeons or whatever. Because like every chest, every one of those loot chests is specific to the player. So if I open the chest and someone else opens the same chest, we'd get different things. It's funny how it all connects because me sneaking around started from the day Gale gave me the scarf. Yeah, I wish he didn't give me that scarf. I wish I kept the scarf. He should have gave you the hood and me the scarf. That would have changed everything significantly. He did give me the scarf. He gave me the scarf first, but then I gave the scarf to Lucy because he was gonna give me the hood because I could change my voice, quote unquote. I wonder how it would have been. I wonder. I really wonder. He still did go with the hood. I feel like the hood was more of like a RP thing. Like the scarf was like actual game changer. I feel like the hood was just like an RP kind of like dealio. Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't have the fit if I didn't have the scarf. No, I would have had the fit. The cloak around me would have been blue and it would still have been a fit, you know. But I had the aura form, so low key I'm kind of glad I had the hood. It's like an aura form. I'm not gonna lie. When offline I was looking for a way to like change the weather around me to like lightning or like thunder whenever it appeared to just the aura form more, but I don't think there was anything that allowed me to do that. That was a moderator tool only. I was like, how can I have the thunderstorm like turn on when I arrive? I need more aura. I want to be like Batman looking down over Gotham. Please, I need it. There was a rain and snow one. I wanted thunder, bro. Thunder. Feel the thunder. Plap, plap, plap. Lightning and the thunder. I needed it, bro. Are we back? Hello? Are we back? Okay, we're back. Sorry, I went to go check again. Okay, so here's the thing. Tomorrow, I'm getting my old internet back. We're going back. So tomorrow I'll have it back. So I'm so glad this is the last day I have to deal with this thing, man. Here's the issue though. My mother is the one that it got the deal. And they set the appointment time to like in the afternoon or the evening. I have a stream during that time, and so I'm kind of concerned they're gonna come in while I'm having the collab with, you know, Lucy, Gale, and Nyx. So if I have to like BRB, I will BRB. But we'll have to see. But I'll get it back. It won't interfere my stream though, because I'll still have the other internet. So I'll use that until like the stream's over, and then I'll switch back to my other one. Let's hope they come a little earlier. No, it's like I hope they come later. I hope they come like after the thing, because it's like a set time, and during that set time is when I'll be collabing. So I hope they come at the latter half, because Jesus Christ. But yeah, it is what it is though. It is what it is though. Yeah, man, VCraft was so fun though. I still think about it every day. I'm not gonna lie. Like there will always be, even if it's just for like a moment, I'll be like, oh man, VCraft was so cool. Oh VCraft was so fun. Oh man, I can't wait to play more VCraft. Oh man, I wonder what Modpack we're gonna use for the next VCraft. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I really hope. Okay.
Let's just talk. If it's the same people, I really hope everybody like got more comfortable with RP, and so we can have a more RP roleplay kind of like story server as well. Because I feel like if everyone pitches in, I feel like it'll create a richer story, right? I feel like that'd be more fun. It'd be so fun. It'd be so nice. Like everyone can pitch in their story, how things would connect, and they would have their own little like side adventures as well. And then everyone could like come together, and like everyone would like have their like, you know, everything would converge into like the main, you know, conflict that's happening at the time, or the big conflict rather. I think it'd be pretty fun. Yeah, that's where I'm kind of concerned with having so many people, right? Because like I don't want anyone to feel left out. Of course, you know, things happen. But I do want everyone to feel like they had like a huge, they played a good part in the server and what happened. It would be nice to have a bit more sensical rules like reading chat, whispering achievements. It's hard, but it's possible if you'll manage to feel more immersive in the RP. Yeah, low key, I'm not gonna lie, it is metagaming to look at achievements and stuff because you know what people are doing, especially in the case of like me grabbing eyes, right? The only way that anyone would have known that I was grabbing eyes is because of those achievements. And the only way I would have known that Royale and Leo were fighting the dragon was because of those achievements. I metagamed a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So it's just unavoidable. Like you just see it, like, oh, I'm gonna think about this, and like I have to act on this, right? Like people see achievements, and if you're like a person of interest, like they know what you're up to then, and they know like kind of where you are depending on what the achievement is. And so, I mean, yeah, I think it'd be okay. If it's like serious RP, I feel like maybe we should probably turn that rule. Whispering is a hard one because like how else are you gonna convey to someone you want to talk to them without literally seeing them? Like you don't know where they are. Do you have to find them? And if that's so, what if they're just off on an adventure the entire time? There's no way you're gonna find them. Oh, and free cam too. I mean, free cam was okay. It's just like I only use it for like cinematic things. If free cam was a thing for like spying on people, then that's an issue. You have to physically be around there to hear. I think I did it on the last day just to like hear what people were talking about. That's it. I had an idea about that actually. What's up? I heard there was like a letterbox system too. I didn't do that. I never got a letterbox. Because, you know, I was exiled. Just saying. It's reminding you guys I was exiled. I was kicked out, low key. On the real. One of them used free cam for spying. Man, maybe we should have the rule, but you know, it's whatever. It is what it is. Postbox has an alert. Oh, really? A real player postman, maybe? Maybe. Wait, that'd be kind of cool though. Create sort of item that serves as a contact. If you meet a person, you exchange contact, and only you can DM them. If you do have their contact, you never meet, and if you never met, whispering shouldn't be allowed. I feel like after a certain point, it'd be kind of hard to manage. Because what if you have everybody's contact, or like you get like people's contacts, you just don't remember which contact you have and which one you don't. I feel like it'd be kind of a hassle to like manage. I don't know. Yeah, it kind of depends.
There were letters and postcards. I think letters and postcards would probably be the easier option. Most likely. I think. But you know what it is what it is. We'll see how things go, because you know nothing's concrete. We're just talking about having hypotheticals. We'll see what happens.
Whatever happens, I'm there. I'm ready to go. I'm freaking hyped, dude. I'm freaking ready to have a good time.
Make a list. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's too much of a. I have to like write it down. I feel like, okay, this person says I have their contact. I can message them. I think a system for labs would be interesting. That'd be kind of hard though, because like if people die and they're not good at Minecraft and they die a lot, and if they die their final death, they just get kicked out. They're not to experience anything. I think that would kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think death should be punishable, or death should be like permanent. That's the one thing I don't want, for death to be permanent, because people miss out, right? But there could be a revel system. What if no one revives them, dude? That would be a problem. That would be a problem. I want to be a good guy next time. But being the villain's too hard. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe you're the good guy. Maybe you're the villain. Who knows? Maybe you turn out to be another villain again out of nowhere. Maybe I'm the villain this time. Maybe the person who was a good guy becomes a villain next time. We'll have to see. I feel like being the good guy is easy though. I like morally gray characters and evil characters because it's harder to play those characters. You did a very good job, Lucy, with being a villain. You did an exceptionally good job. I'm thoroughly impressed. Medieval Minecraft would be a good idea. Next to no magic this time, like 15th century settings. Ooh, that would be fun, but it'd be hard to pull off because like we have to add mods and stuff and enemies to like make it more immersive, and like some of those enemies are freaking tough as balls, dude. I think we need magic. It's the wind. Okay, it's the wind. Sorry, I heard a noise. Yeah. There's another mod coming out. I think, did I talk about this already? There's another mod coming out. It's called Ice and Fire 2. It's the updated version of Ice and Fire, which is like a dragon fantasy creature mod. And they released a trailer like I think a few days ago, and I really want that mod to come out to put in a mod pack. I love the Ice and Fire mod. I think it's really cool. There's dragons in there, right? And those dragons, you have to fight them, and they have like eggs and everything, and you can hatch those eggs and then tame your dragon. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. There's like fire dragons, there's ice dragons, there's like lightning dragons, there's like different creatures like sea serpents, sirens. I think there's minotaurs too. It has a whole thing going on. Whole fantasy thing. I think it's pretty cool. I would like to add that in a mod pack. I think it'd be pretty fun. Yeah, I think what we have to do if we make a full medieval mod pack, either we find a really good mod pack that has everything we want, or we have to make it like we have to make it ourselves for that kind of feel. Because like I feel with Ars Nouveau, you can get, if you don't use it and other people do, other people get super powerful really fast, like exceptionally fast. And I feel like that's a huge, it's kind of a disadvantage for people who don't focus on that. And if you saw at the end, like when the whole war thing was going on, everybody was starting to go into Ars Nouveau. Like everyone farmed that. Like I was not the only one who started to go into that mod. I was one of the quicker ones, not gonna lie, but everyone started getting into it. I don't know how to make death have consequence without it having permadeath. Yeah, permadeath would be so bad, and like losing items would be like very bad too. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I feel like we'd have to find balance, or at least find a way where people don't really need to use like Art Nouveau or anything similar to be as powerful. It'd be really hard though. I think Leo was probably one of the better examples of being mostly magicless. Because Leo was tanky. Leo was hella tanky. Right. And Luca. Oh yeah, Luca too. Oh yeah, Luca's crazy. He was just super fast. So I think we need to figure out a way to balance that to make it more accessible to everybody. Because I think Leo had a bunch of like potion effects and enchantments. Like you need prep. You need a lot of prep to be like tanky and powerful. For Ars Nouveau, you just need like these threads, you put enchantments on it, and then you just blast spells and you're good to go, right? Like it's tough. It's tough. Get cubed. Yeah, they found really cool, unique ways of like fighting, which is really funny. Like I did not expect getting cubed to be as effective as it did. I did not expect it to be super effective. It was crazy funny. It was crazy funny just to like look at clips and just see look at just cubing Vitruvius. It was so funny, man. It was so funny. Oh man, I wish I was part of that fight, but we had to do the whole lament thing. So we had another what's the word? Another story thing to set aside. What about the Minecraft Origins mod? It gives you an option to play with a certain species and gives you special abilities based on the species. Maybe if we're going for like a more MMO-ish, RPG-ish, high fantasy-ish type of thing, maybe, because that would add depth, I believe. That'd be depth. But I don't know how that'll play out. I don't know. I just feel like we have to have some sort of a feel that we want to achieve, and then find a mod pack or create a mod pack that would fit that feel and be balanced. Like no one who focuses on one mod will get too powerful too quick. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's what I think. In my full opinion. In my full opinion. How'd you guys choose the mod for VCraft? The mod for VCraft was the one that the folks at Nyambie EN used. What's it called? The one that they used for their Nyambie Enchanted, which was the Cottage Witch. So they just used it for this one. Yeah. So they did Nyambie Enchanted, and then they did VCraft Enchanted, which was fun. I'm glad they shared that with us. Someone asked a question. It's from Aaron Light. Why did Mormon think that story was familiar? Because it sounded familiar. Is it too late to ask general VCraft questions? Go for it. It's never too late. In fact, let me just close the Q&A. You can ask him here, bro, because I have to go back and forth. You can ask him here. I'm going to just end the Q&A here. And you guys can ask in the chat. Yo, back and forth? Back and forth mentioned? Oh my god, guys, Monday? New back and forth coming out? So excited? OMG? Guys, Zatsu? Yo, it's your boy Rosco. Next time, will you be a villain or a good guy? I don't know, man. I feel like it's so hard to decide like whether I'm a good or bad. I don't know until I get into it. Like, I could be a good guy, I could be a bad guy. It's just whatever makes the story more interesting to me. I don't like seeing things black and white. I just let it unfold naturally. I just become neutral, and if something happens to make me a good guy, then I'm a good guy. If something happens to make me a bad guy, then I'm a bad guy. I just play a character, whatever happens decides his morality or his alignment or whatever. I'm not sure if anyone asked it, but I'm curious on the song you sang near the end of the VCraft. Did you come up with the lyrics on your own, and how did you come up with them? I came up with them. I had seen a clip. I had seen a clip of Calvin, and he had this tune that he would hum every so often. I think it was tied to his lore, and I heard the tune, and like I started thinking of lyrics. Now it's not exact, but based off that tune is where the idea for the song came from. So like literally the day of or the day after, I was like, I was still thinking of lyrics. I was like, butterfly, my friend. Like I was like thinking of like the journey and everything. And low-key I was thinking of Elle when I wrote that song. In the town and everything. Like we're all gonna like pretty much, you know, quote unquote leave and have our own journeys and everything. So I thought about that. And I was like, okay, I can make a song about this. And when I did that, I had thought of the song, like the chorus, the fly away butterfly part prior, but literally everything else I had come up with on the fly. I freeballed it, and then it became that. So shout out Calyx for the inspiration. Rather Calvin, I guess. You made people cry, bro. That was my intent. It was literally a mixed bag of people who cried and people who were just so unserious. Will you ever do a full version of that song? I'd have to get actual chords for that. I don't want to just do picking. I want to do like a whole like strumming and everything. But you know, and maybe I don't know. I really don't have time, bro. I don't have time to dedicate just to like goof around. Right, I gotta do stuff. Low-key, I was playing a game earlier, but we don't talk about that. Would you ever consider doing a bard character? I did consider doing a bard character. Before VCraft started, I was thinking of what character I should be, and I was thinking of ideas, like, and a bard was one of them, but I was like, should I really be a bard? Do I really want to, like, sing every day? So I was like, man, I'll play someone else. And so a bard was a consideration, though. Maybe in the future. I don't know yet. That is a drawing of Roswell on top of his house with ukulele, Braxton, these nuts and dog. It does deserve a picture. That was so cinematic. That scene right there, where I was sitting on the roof playing my lute, as it were, was very cinematic. I was thinking too, like, an idea that came across when I was doing, like, juggling that bard idea was like, if I was a bard, I would use magic, right? And so like, okay, then every time I use that, I would have to like sing a song. Like if I was gonna hurt somebody, I would like make fun of them. I would roast them and then sling the spell. You are such a boy, your mother is a boom. Vicious mockery. But I kind of like was like, maybe I shouldn't do that. So I was like, you know, I'll just be an edgy character. I want to be edgy. Frick it, bro. We're being edgy. And so the Lord of Bargains idea came up. Do y'all remember the teaser image or whatever that I posted on Twitter? It was so edgy. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be this super edgy underground character. And like, you know, it's gonna be so cool and awesome, and like people are gonna be like, wow, this guy is freaking one of the best, like, neutral characters ever, and then it just got exiled. Oop. Oop. Someone say hello and you hit a high note. Oh, hi there. I should shut up, bro. It's 9:30. Oh my god. I feel like a lot of people change their character, had their characters change from what they intended. No, sincerely, yeah. Like, my character changed completely from what I expected. I think Lucy did not expect this character to go the way it did when it started. I know Gale definitely didn't expect what happened to his character. I don't think anything people planned ended the way they expected it to. Wait. I don't think anyone had planned for what was going to happen to the character. That's what I meant to say. That makes sense. I am so sorry. Yeah. Like, yeah, the RP definitely decided the character for them. Like, they had an idea, they tried to play it, but, like, it changed. It changed. Yeah, that's the beauty of roleplay and sharing a world with other people. Is that you never know what to expect. It's like being a DM. Like, you plan for things, you plan like this whole adventure or whatever, and like the players completely derail from what you intended, and you have to like improvise and everything, and it creates a whole new idea and story and event, right? That you never planned for, never expected. You have any favorite clips? I feel like is that a fucking dragon is one of my favorite clips. The one that I was reminded of was the whole me spying on the yaoi conversation that was going on in the churches. That was pretty funny. Another favorite clip of mine was definitely when I was showing Calvin my truth nuke, and I got hit by fire, and I was just talking like every other word was like ow, and so ow, then ow, this would be use ow on ow, L out. When I hit him ow, he should ow, perish ow. That was my favorite clips. From an RP standpoint, one of my favorite clip of myself at the very least is the confession booth scene with Clifford. My favorite clip was our epic escape from Vitruvius and the gang. You mean the one where you left me to die? I barely made it out with the eyes, Lucien Lunaris. I had the eyes with me. I had barely escaped with them. You were lucky I had slept in a bed prior. I love the part where you speak Doppio. Oh yeah. He was like looking at me, he was like, hello friend, how are you? And he just goes, ah! He just runs away. Oh my god. It was funny, man. It was so funny. It was such a fun time, man. Whenever I was around people like in the town, it was just like so silly. That clip when Ubu said her full name and you just left. Oh, I forgot about that. What episode was that on? What episode was that on? I completely forgot about that. I forgot that I just straight up left. Oh, and then when Mal was cooking me food, he's like, okay, wait right there. And I just dipped. Oh my god, that was so funny. That was so funny. There's just clips where I just left or I just faint or something. It was so funny. And that one clip where I entered the maid cafe and they did their whole intro and then I fell on the floor and disconnected. Oh my god, that was so funny, dude. That was so funny. That was actually on point. It's actually ridiculous. Remember the clip where when Calvin went RP, I'm dragging you? That was Shu. She was like, RP, I'm dragging you. And then afterwards like, good RP. Oh my god. Did you disconnect during the trial? That wasn't me, that was somebody else. I disconnected at the end. Like near the end of the server. I think the last day, that's when I started disconnecting a lot. No. I was disconnecting on like the final 3 or 2 days. And then the freaking downfall of my internet on the last day was terrible. That sucked. Those are my favorite parts though. I love those clips, dude. I love those clips. They're so funny. Slingshot! Another part when I was in my voice changer thing. Remember when I had the voice changer, I was like,
I'm fine. I was like this the entire time. I was like, I'm fine. I'm okay.
And then I messed up, and so I did this instead.
I was like, I'm okay, I'm here. But then I messed up, I was like, ah, shoot.
That was so funny. You interrupt the election is so good. I only really yelled like that one time. I thought I was gonna yell more, like I was gonna yell at people. RP obviously. More, but I guess I just didn't think it was appropriate for the character at the time. So I just became more quieter and reserved. Wait, were you the one that was with Clifford when he was like Jiminy Cricket? Yeah, that was me. That was literally me.
Tick tock, Rolexus. Time this time isn't on your side. God makes promises, devils make deals. You're too prideful, Rolexus. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Tell that I am the withered one. I was gonna have a whole arc
where I would never take off my hood and I'd be like,
I am the withered one. I have come for revenge.
But that went out the window. I knew when edgy was too edgy. I knew when it was too much. Oh my god. Tell us we were off for rats in that voice. Huh? Villain art, guys, next day. So guys, I'm free now. Oh my god. Yeah, it was a lot of twists and turns. A pretty fun time. I mean, like, I don't really got much to like go over because like a lot of it we talked through it in the POV, in my POV. We know my arc. We know what happened, and like, you know, I legitimately had one of the best times of my life on that server. It was pretty fun. And I would gladly do it again. I would relive it if possible. It was so fun. It was so fun. And yeah, I'm glad that I was invited. Thank you for having me. Just putting out there in the world. I'm happy that I was invited. I'll do it again. Let me know when it happens. And yeah. It was a great experience, great times. We still talk on the server. We're having a chill time. Everyone's like a little group, little friend family in there. Everyone's having fun. Yeah. And I'm happy. I was so sad when it ended, dude. I legitimately was so sad. I was like, oh man, I have to go back to my regular boring life. I can't immerse myself in a world anymore. Like I have to go back to reality. So, you know, it meant a lot to me. It sincerely meant a lot to me, and everyone who participated, they mean a lot to me as well for making the world so lively and everything. And yeah, I'm glad I was there. So many people cried that day. Oh yeah, we cried, bro. We cried for sure. I held it in the last day, but on like on the penultimate day when everything happened, that's when I was like actually crying. Like my seriously, like I told you before, I was actually like tearing up, like crying, like a tear fell down when I was doing the whole monologue thing in the monastery. I love you, Captain Chat. That was so fun. Yeah. What time is it right now? Okay. I need to talk to my managers. They have requested my presence, everybody. And I also need to set up for tomorrow because of the time that my what's it called, gang? The time that the internet person's coming over to give me my internet back. So I gotta set that up right now. So I gotta talk to my managers and see what's up, and then I gotta do the what's it called? I gotta do the freaking setup for tomorrow. So I will guys. Hi every guys. I will send you guys over to somebody else. Who's on right now? Let me see. Let me see. Allow me to view who's currently back in, who's currently streaming right now. Ooh, Naya is streaming. Guys, I'm sending you over to Naya, so he's currently doing date everything. Ooh, I wonder who's gonna be his pick. So if you guys want to see that, I will send you over to Nayu. Aside from that, I will see you guys tomorrow very early. We're doing Lethal Company, I believe at noon. Let me check again. 1 sec. Noon, right? Yes, at noon, at 12 p.m. PDT, 3 p.m. EDT, and very early 4 a.m. JST. So I will see you tomorrow, as well as Silent Hill F, which will be at 7 p.m. PDT as per usual. Saturday no stream because I will be partaking in the pre-party as well as watching Avallum 3D, and I gotta do work. And then on Sunday we're gonna do some Yap and work Zatsu. So we'll see you there as well. All right, everybody, it was a pleasure to meet you again. Whenever we meet, I'll see you. Perhaps on my journeys, perhaps in a future event. Who knows what would happen? But this may be the last time you see me for a very long time. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to see you all again. And I will catch you next time. Farewell, my pack rats. I'll never forget you.